Hey, I am back. I am doing a parent or request. I have a new family. One of the things I do at Compass Point, the local program that I have outside of this YouTube channel, is I will go through a student's transcript, usually a high schooler, and make suggestions on what to do to proceed forward. Especially when you're in the middle of a year, it's kind of can be a little bit disconcerting about what to do. We try to keep the transcripts as similar to the public school transcripts as possible. You would never want your transcript, your child's transcript, flagged or for it to look too strange. So my suggestion usually to parents is to keep the four core same classes they were doing in high school or similar, unless they're just really struggling and they need to replace that class. You would replace it. You wouldn't. Just depends. So if they're strong in their class and they're making a pretty good grade, keep it to be the same thing. Like really talking about math. If they were struggling in math, then I would probably replace it and drop what they haven't finished and then proceed forward with whatever math. Math is one thing I always say, teach on level. Don't try to speed up and move ahead. Math builds, language arts, you can kind of skip a little bit. It's about the same every year. There's not a big difference, except in high school, it's usually moving from grammar type work to writing. Um, History is usually interchangeable. You can move forward pretty easily. Science too. Some science builds, but not a lot. It can usually be interchangeable. But if you're in the middle of a school year, stick to what they've already done because you want to include, unless their grades are really, really bad, and then you're going to drop that off and start over as if you're starting at the beginning of the school year. This time of year, you can kind of get away with that. If you were later in the year, like in April, March, April, May, I don't know that I would do that. It's kind of fiddly. It's good to talk to somebody who's been around a while. I've done over 20 years. So I'm going to show you, they're really kind of planning to use Easy Peasy. It is a really great curriculum. My sister used it with her girls. A little bit more fiddly. They're not going to calculate grades for you. So you're going to have to pay attention to what your kid's doing. Don't be me and not pay attention and then have a kid 2 months behind. So pay attention. One thing I suggest with my kids, what I do with my kids and I have done in high school, middle school and high school, have a weekly meeting. Go through and show them what they've got to get done for the week. Then at the next meeting, they can turn in their homework on Friday. I really was very, very much into moving them independent. My kids, when I did this and started this, we were not on an online curriculum. We had actual books and workbooks. We didn't do online until I went back to work 3 years ago. So all that rambling to say, pay attention, have a family meet, or it can be one-on-one family meeting, business, kind of like a business meeting. You're really teaching them independence. Show them exactly what you want done, what you expect. Tell them to finish by Friday. My kids, they had to have it by Friday. If they didn't get everything done by Friday, they had to do it on the weekend because Monday started fresh, and I treated it like it was a job. When we work in the world, we have deadlines. We have to get them done on time. And if we don't, then we're working overtime, right? It makes sense. At least it made sense to me. It has stood the test of time. It worked well with mine. I can't say it works with everybody, but it worked. So anyway, I'm going to share this screen and we're going to look at Easy Peasy. And I'm going to show her um, let's make sure that's there. Sometimes I get really, really afraid that it's not doing what I want to do because I've used other programs and it hasn't. So anyway, this is the open page, front page. They have a lot of, they have their own videos. You can find them on YouTube. This is the high school. That is what we're looking at. If you look down here are the courses, I am going to move my little tracker right here. You can't see it, but it is in my way for me. So when you look at the courses, you can pull this up: Foundations, Cornerstone, Bible, Computer. So I always start with math. Math is one of my top favorites. So this student, Algebra 1. So we're going to pull that up. Now, when you look at here, This is assuming she's had pre-algebra in eighth or ninth. Here's the test prep. They have stuff that they're prepping for. They have a description, materials, graph papers, basic supply list. They have a supply list. You can buy this already printed on Amazon, and it has answers there too. Remember, most workbooks have answers. You might not want your student to have it. I had some students that I trusted and some I did not. So then it has lesson one. This is what's going to be important. You're going to have to remember what lesson they're on. Little kids, I think it says day one, day two, day three, lesson one. This is what you're going to do day one. I definitely don't skip this one. You can probably go in and get rid of what she has already done. This is where you're probably going to have to trust her memory on that. So if you didn't, they have, if you look right here, it says my EP assignments. This is like you can like donate. It used to be like $15 when we used it, but it will keep track of where you are. They will go through that website. You pay, you have a login, and then it will kind of keep up with where they are. You don't have to use it. If you can keep track of where they are on the website, you won't have to use that. They have offline book options here. Grading sheet is very important. Print your grading sheet. You're going to have to keep records of that. Let's pull that up real quick, what it looks like. This is what it looks like. It's letting you know what this, what here, there is a score for every lesson. You're going to have to keep track of that. That is very nice, and it shows you what they've already done. Again, because the student is coming in pretty much mid-year, you're just going to have to talk through what she's already done. What we will do at the end of the year is we will take what she had in the public school and what she's done with Easy Peasy, and we will average it. Don't worry over it. It's not as difficult as you think it will be. Don't worry over things. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is going to be all right. So anyway, so they have the lesson, order of operations, practice. They have practice. And then each day you will record up to 5 points for completing that day's work. Complete the assignments, check your work, figure out your mistakes. So that's where they start. Then it's going to go to lesson 2, lesson 3. Each day will have a lesson. If you're having difficulty, it may take you more than one day to do it. See here they have practice, odd numbers 1 through 19, workout answers, practice. So they give you practice. It's all there. I would keep a binder so that you can go back and see it. So it just goes through there, but you're going to have to kind of have a conversation with her and find out where she finished and where she needs to start. At this point, I'm thinking at this point, she's probably around 40, lesson 40, lesson 45. Usually, public school has about 180 days. We're hitting around probably, I don't know, most times little kids hit 100 about January. So just kind of play it by ear. Don't stress too much over it. You want her to get the information. When you go back, so that's math. That's what I do with math. English. So they have literature and composition, 1, 2, American literature, British literature, and advanced. I would do comp 1. This is 9th grade basic level, 10th grade. Then these you would pick one of these for 11th and that for 12th. That is my suggestion. Personally, I like British literature better than American literature. There's more to it, but every kid's different. But I would definitely do literature and composition 1 and 2 in 9th and 10th grade. So let's look at this. So again, you're going to kind of judge how many days she had. You're going to go to lesson whatever day you think she's hit. They have books here. The course is now completely offline. You can get the book on Amazon. You can check out the books here. They'll be on Amazon, maybe cheaper. You don't have to. You can print everything. They have it here. It can be completely free. You're going to start with lesson one, materials for English, vocabulary notebook. They suggest a composition notebook. I love composition notebooks. There should be a grading sheet. They also have my EP assignments. They have here's the grading sheets down in here. Yeah. Well, they don't really have a grading sheet, but I would definitely keep track of it. So they have vocabulary, they have reading, they have figure out how many pages a day you want to read to finish by lesson 30. So that's what you're going to do, 30 school days. Grammar, and then the lesson two. Um, the student was doing physical science. As you can see, they do not have physical science. So what I suggest is to let her pick which one she wants to do for this year and then go to, you're fine. Then go to, we're a working office around here. Go to, let's see, physical science. I would probably do earth science is what I would do. I wouldn't go any further than that. I'd go, this one, oceanography or the earth science. They're not going to have physical science here, but just pick one that she's interested in and move into that one. Then with history, she's been doing early American history, so just pick that one. Well, let's look at that. Let's look at that. So they're getting ready to actually CLEP. Some of these they teach as if you're going to CLEP it and you get college credit for it. So yeah, she'll just pick out what time. They have a grading sheet for this one too. And you'll just kind of go through and pick, whatever timeline what they were studying in school and just start the lesson after that. Then electives. Let's go back. Um, let's see. So she did Spanish. That's the same thing. I would pick that. I'm looking for it. Can't figure out where they got it. It's in here somewhere. Let's see. If I go slow, I might find it there. Yeah, Spanish. They got Spanish 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I'd pick one of the other ones for an elective because she needs another elective. I like the drawing professionally. I think that would be fun. But you don't absolutely have to use the electives here. You could find some other ones. You can talk to me later. So that's my suggestion. That's what they look like. They have lots of support everywhere else, and I think you'll enjoy it. Let me know if you have any other questions. We can always jump back on, and I will talk to you later. Now I got to figure out how to turn this off because y'all know I can't do that. I have issues.